Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. This video I'd like to show you how to make Moroccan Window. This is a square designed by Heather Gibbs. The yarn that I'm using in this video is Crochet stonewashed yarn in combination with a 4mm crochet hook. I'll take you step by step through the rounds that make up this square. Thank you for watching. I hope it's a useful video for you. Round 1. Got a color yarn on my hook with a slip knot. I'm going to start with a chain 4 and I'm going to close on the first stitch with a slip stitch. You can do a magic ring here if you prefer. Then in the ring we're going to work 16 half double crochets. My first one is a chain 2, it's my first half double, and then in the ring going to do 15 more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 13. This is number 14 and I just need to squish 15 in here. 15. So it's 15 half doubles and the chain 2, that's 16. I'm going to cut my yarn. I'm going to close here with an invisible join. So open up, and that's the chain 2. Then the stitch next to it. I'm going to insert my hook, pick up that yarn, come back from the back loop and pick it up again. Then there is the invisible join that I just made on top of that chain 2. So at this point you have 16 half double crochets. Round 2 of a new color yarn. I'm going to attach this yarn in any stitch with a slip stitch. Doesn't matter which stitch you choose. So I'm going to take that one. Chain 3. This is my first first double crochet. I'm mixing up my UK and US terms here. Second double crochet, chain 2 and 2 more doubles in the same stitch. 1 and 2. That's a corner made. Chain 1, going to skip a stitch and then work a double. So skipping the next stitch, and be sure to see which one. That's this stitch here. It's almost covered by the corner, so we're skipping that stitch. Then in the next stitch work a double, then again chain 1, skip a stitch, skipping the next stitch, and in the following work a corner. It's again going to be 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. 1, 2. And this corner and that corner is the same, so we're going to repeat this all the way around. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and the next work a double, chain 1, skip a stitch, and work a corner. That's 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Another corner, chain 1, skipping a stitch, that stitch, work a double, chain chain 1, skip a stitch and work a corner. So 1, 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles, chain 1, skip the next stitch, work a double crochet, chain 1, going to skip this last stitch and close here with an invisible join on the chain, on the stitch next to the chain 3. So I'm just going to cut my yarn. So I've got the chain 3 here with the stitch next to it. Just going to close on that. Pick up that yarn, and now you need to go through the chain 1 space. I always find this slightly easier if I go to the back. Just pick up the back loop from the chain 1, grab my yarn again and just pull that through. And in my next round I'm going to work over that and then connect this yarn tail to the rest of my work. That was round 2 already. Round 3, new color yarn. I'm going to attach this yarn in any corner stitch, doesn't matter which one, with the slip stitch. Chain 3, that's my first double crochet. Still got my US and UK terms mixed up. Then another double crochet, chain 2 and 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2. That's a new corner. On the straight edge we're going to work a double crochet on all the double crochet stitches, and here in these 2 spaces we're going to come down and work a treble in round 1 in those stitches that we skipped. First 2 stitches, work a double crochet, especially that first one. Don't accidentally skip it because the corner could fall over it. It's 1, 2 doubles. Now we're on the chain 1 with the skipped stitch here in from round 1, so I'm going to do twice over for the treble and come into that stitch from round 1, and I'm going to just push the chain to the back that I don't catch that chain when I pick up my yarn. So I've got that really to the back, and then I'm completing the treble. So I'm going to skip the chain 1 here to the back, and then the next stitch is the double crochet. I'm going to work a double crochet in there. Next stitch is again a treble, twice over in the skipped stitch. Again, pulling that loop back that I don't snag anything from round 2, and complete the stitch. In the background you'll hear my hamster. It's going completely nuts for something. On the last 2 stitches work a double crochet. In the corner work a new corner, so it's again 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. And you can see how this corner is the same as that corner. So what you've just done along this edge, do that on the other 3 edges also. Close on the first stitch with the slip stitch. Round 4, going to start in any chain 2 corner space, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose this one and attach with a slip stitch. Chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and a single crochet in the same stitch, same space. Just move it a bit. Chain 2 and a single crochet in the chain 2 corner space. That's your new corner made. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. On the first 4 stitches, so these 4, we're going to do a single crochet on each. So 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets. We're going to do a front post single on this front post you already have here. So front post single crochet. In the next stitch, do a single crochet. Again, a front post around this already front post stitch. Another front post single. Then a front. After this front post, you've got 4 stitches left. A single crochet on each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. This corner same as that corner. So repeat on your other 3 edges and then close on your first stitch. Round 5, going to start in any chain 2 corner space, doesn't matter which one, to attach my yarn in this one, in the chain 2 space, with a slip stitch. Chain 2, this is going to count as a half double, and then make another half double, chain 2, and 2 more half doubles in that same space. I'm just going to have to move it up a bit to get the last one in. That's a new corner made. 2 half doubles, chain 2, and 2 half doubles. We're now going to work a half double on every stitch. It's going to be 13 stitches, and especially the first one here, that's a tricky one. You can easily forget that one. So I'm just going to, if I open this up, you see that stitch there? That's your first stitch, so don't accidentally miss it. It's the first one there. I'll take the thread with me from my yarn tail. This is the first of 13. It's a half double on every stitch. When you get to your next chain 2 space, work a new corner, 2 half doubles, chain 2, 2 half doubles, and repeat on the next edge. Go all the way around. When you get to the first stitch, close with an invisible join or a slip stitch in your in this first stitch. Round 6, new color yarn, and in any chain 2 corner space, I'm going to attach my yarn. Chain 2, chain 3 even, for the first double crochet, 2, another double, chain 2, and 2 more doubles. This is your new corner made. 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. For the straight edge, I'm going to work a double crochet on the first 2 stitches. Now be mindful, that first stitch, see there's that first stitch. So remember this first one here. And your corner could slightly cover it and then you don't see it that well. your first stitch. 1 and 2. Chain 1. I'm going to skip a stitch, that stitch, then work a double crochet in the next. I'm going to do this 5 times. 2, chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and a double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and a double. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and another double. And just do one more chain 1, skipping this stitch, and then work 2 doubles on the last 2 stitches. Skipping that stitch, you've got 2 left, work a double on those last 2 stitches. Next up is a corner, 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles, and then this corner is the same as the corner we just started with, and 2. So what we've just done here, do this on your other 3 edges also, and then close on your first stitch. Round 7. Again, attach with a slip stitch in any corner space. Chain 3. This is my first double crochet, and then I'm going to make exactly the same corner as before. So that's another double, chain 2, and 2 more doubles. So a corner is 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Very similar to everything we've done up till now. This round we're going to do the same as we did here for round 3. We're going to work double crochets and then come down and work trebles in those stitches that we skipped the previous round. Start with 4 doubles on the first 4 stitches. Again, be sure to take that first stitch. Do not accidentally miss that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 double crochets. We're now going to come down and work a treble here in this stitch that we skipped from in the previous round. So that one there. Twice over. I'm going to go into that stitch. And again, be sure to really take that chain 1 space to the back. I don't want to cover that stitch. So only in the skipped stitch 2 rows down. And then complete the treble. Next stitch, the double crochet. You work a double on that. So the chain 1 that to the back here, we're leaving that unworked. This we're going to repeat, the treble and the double crochet, we're going to repeat until we're on the other side. So twice over, into the stitch, 2 rows down. Be sure to pull back that you don't cover your chain 1 space, and complete the treble. And again, a double crochet. Treble in the skipped stitch, and a double crochet in the next stitch. Treble in the skipped stitch. You see how I'm pulling the row 6, around 6, how I'm pulling it backwards and forwards as I need it, or as I need it out of the way. And this way you can get an easy rhythm going here. Last one. last full repeat, double crochet, got one space left, going to work a treble in there, come back up and work 4 doubles on these last 4 stitches. 3 and 4. Corner, 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. The corner is the same as the corner we started with. So on this edge, repeat on the other 3 also, and then close on your first stitch. Round 8. Round 8 is very similar to this round I did here in the yellow. I forgot which round number that is. It's 1, 2, 3, it's round 4. So round 8 is very similar to round 4. I'm going to attach with a slip stitch in any corner space. Chain 1, this does not count as a stitch, single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet in the corner which makes your new corner. So single, chain 2, single, that's your new corner. On the first 6 stitches work a single crochet on each. The first one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Next is this front post stitch. Work a front post single around that. The double crochet, you work a single. This you're going to repeat to the other side. So around each front post stitch you work a front post single, and in each double crochet you work a single crochet. I believe we have 6 or 7 of these front post stitches. We just have to count to verify. Almost to the other side. You see I'm doing a front post single crochet around every front post treble, and the double crochets in between all get a single crochet. To the other side you have 6 double crochets on the other side to work a single on each of those. My yarn is almost finished. And the last 2 stitches here. On the corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. This corner again the same as the corner we started with. So repeat this on all the other edges also, and close on your first stitch. Round 9 already. In the corner space, chain 2 corner space, attach yarn, chain 2, which counts as a half double, another half double in the same space, chain 2 and 2 more half doubles, and 2. That's your first corner made. Very important for this row. Skip the first stitch. I'm going to skip the first stitch and start in the second. So this one, this very first one, I'm going to skip that, go to the second. I'm going to take my thread with me. See, I'm working on that second stitch. Make a half double. then work a half double on every stitch across. When you get to your next corner, again 2 half doubles, chain 2 and 2 half doubles. Start your next edge. Again, remember, skip the first stitch and then work a half double in every stitch. Go all the way around and close on your first stitch. Round 10, we have a new color yarn. I'm going to attach this in any chain 2 corner space. Chain 3, this is my first double, followed by a second double crochet, chain 2 and 2 more doubles, 1 and 2. This is your first corner made. We're going to skip the first stitch and then work 4 doubles. So this very first stitch, you can also see it's slightly hidden there, that stitch. You're going to skip that stitch and then go to the next. You're going to work 4 doubles. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, just my yarn is a little misbehaving here. There we go. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and work a double. And this we're going to repeat until we're almost to the other side. Chain 1, skip a stitch and work a double. We're going to repeat this until there are 3 stitches left. Then on the last 3 stitches we work a double crochet, so that you have again a symmetrical edge with 4 double crochets either side of the corner. And chain 1, skip a stitch, work a double, and this repeats is I believe 10 times, so that you have 11 of these spaces. And chain 1, skip a stitch, work a double, chain 1, work a double crochet, I believe 1 more, chain 1, work 1 double. At this point there are 3 stitches left if everything went right. Yes, 1, 2, 3 stitches left, and on those 3 you work a double crochet on each. 2 and 3. Next up is the corner, so it's again 2 doubles followed by a chain 2 and 2 more doubles, 1, 2. This corner is again the same as the corner we started with. So on the next edge, remember to skip that first stitch. It's going to be that stitch, and then start here with the 4 doubles. Go all the way around and close on your first stitch. Round 11, new color yarn. Going to attach this in any chain 2 corner space with a slip stitch. Chain 3. This is my first double. I'm going to do the same corner we've done for quite a few rows now. 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. That's my new corner. On the first 6 stitches, work a double crochet. I'm going to open up that first one so that I don't accidentally miss it. And I'm just taking my thread with me, my yarn tail. 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is number 6. 6 double crochets on the first stitches. On the chain space, we're going to come down and work a treble in this stitch we skipped from round 10. That's the same as we've done before, for example here. So again, we're going to come down twice over for the treble, into that skipped stitch. I'm just going to fold my work to the back that I don't accidentally work over that chain 1 space. Just want to leave that unworked and complete the treble. Next stitch, work a double crochet again. This we're going to repeat until we're all the way to the other side. So again, twice over in that stitch, skip stitch, treble, followed by a double crochet on the next double. To make a small jump in the video, after this last one, fold to the back, work a treble, and on the next stitch, work a double. To make a small jump, and I'll see you here. Just work this last treble in that last chain space. Again, make sure to leave the chain 1 to the back unworked. On the next double, work a double, and this is again going to be until the end 6 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, and the last one 6. Next up is the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2, and 2 doubles, and 2. And as always, this corner is the same as that corner. Repeat this edge on your other 3 edges also. When you get to your first stitch, close with the slip stitch. Round 12, last round of the square, with a new color yarn, I'm going to attach in any chain 2 corner space. And there we go. I'm going to start with a single crochet, chain 2 single crochet corner. Chain 1, this is not a stitch, just for me to be able to make this first single crochet more easy. Chain 2 and another single crochet. This is my first corner made. On the straight edge, work 9 singles. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 single crochets. We're now going to alternate working a half double and a single. We're going to alternate that over the next few stitches. So on the next stitch, work a half double followed by a single, and again a half double and a single. I'm going to repeat this until we're on the last treble. You see the half doubles are working on the double crochets, and this single crochet I'm working on the treble. I'm just going to repeat this a bit further. one more half double and a single. See here how this kind of helps you to straighten out this edge. Everything went correct. I've got 8 stitches left, and these 8 stitches are going to work a single on each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. This is 7 and 8. In the corner, single crochet, chain 2, and another single. Repeat this first edge on your other 3 edges also. When you get to the first stitch, close on there with a slip stitch or an invisible join. When you've done your last round, you'll see your square is very wobbly and really bobbles. So really do block this square to get it nice and flat. That will help you to even out all these bobbles. And when you've blocked your square, you see it's nice and flat and no longer wobbles and bobbles everywhere. That brings us to the end of this instruction video. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again next time.